Modern architecture in 2025 has evolved beyond extravagance. It's about emotional impact. Homes today embody serenity through balance, openness, and connection to nature. This new era of luxury design doesn't shout for attention. It whispers elegance through space, light, and purpose, creating environments that breathe calm and inspire reflection. In modern luxury architecture, serenity is not an afterthought, it's the foundation. Designers in 2025 are embracing simplicity with bold confidence, using natural textures, minimalist geometry, and tranquil layouts to evoke peace. Every material, from stone to glass, is chosen not just for beauty, but for the atmosphere it creates. The concept of bold luxury once meant grandeur and opulence. Now it's about courage and restraint. The 2025 design philosophy celebrates boldness through clean lines, organic flow, and daring simplicity. Architects are proving that luxury doesn't need excess. It thrives in the perfection of proportion and the elegance of silence. Modern luxury homes are designed to make you feel, not just impress. Architecture becomes an emotional journey, each space carefully orchestrated to evoke calm, curiosity, and wonder. From the warmth of natural sunlight to the tranquil rhythm of open spaces, every moment inside the home is intentionally composed. In 2025, light and space are the true luxuries. Expansive glass walls blur the boundary between inside and out, while open concept designs give rooms a weightless flow. The interplay of sunlight during the day and soft ambient lighting at night creates an ever-changing atmosphere of serenity. Modern architects are now collaborating with nature rather than competing against it. Green roofs, indoor gardens, and natural ventilation systems bring the outdoors in. This connection with nature grounds the home in tranquility, transforming luxury into a sustainable, living experience that evolves with the environment. The materials used in modern luxury homes are tactile expressions of peace. Polished concrete, warm timber, brushed stone, and soft linen textures invite touch and reflection. These raw materials are left authentic, unpolished perfection that adds depth, warmth, and honesty to each living space. Architectural serenity depends on flow, both physical and emotional. Pathways, corridors, and sightlines are designed to encourage gentle movement, guiding residents from public to private spaces. Silence becomes a design element, achieved through acoustic planning and minimal visual clutter that let the mind rest. Open concept design in 2025 has matured into a fine art. Walls dissolve, replaced by subtle divisions through furniture, light, and texture. The result is a seamless continuity between living, dining, and outdoor spaces. An architecture of freedom that nurtures both connection and solitude. Minimalism is no longer just a style, it's a mindset. Architects use minimalism to emphasize what truly matters: balance, proportion, and atmosphere. Every object earns its place, every form serves a purpose. In 2025, mindful minimalism is the key to luxurious serenity and enduring beauty. Framing the landscape is an art form in modern luxury design. Floor-to-ceiling glass panels, courtyard layouts, and floating terraces capture breathtaking vistas of mountains, seas, or gardens. Each view becomes a living painting, reminding residents to pause and reconnect with the beauty around them. Technology in 2025 doesn't disrupt tranquility, it enhances it. Smart systems regulate temperature, light, and sound effortlessly, adapting to human rhythms. The result is a home that anticipates needs without intrusion, merging innovation with comfort to create a seamless, peaceful experience of modern living. Gone are the days of cold, sterile interiors. Today's luxury homes embrace warm, earthy tones inspired by nature. Soft beiges, muted greens, and deep browns evoke grounding calm. These colors harmonize with natural materials, creating spaces that feel alive yet deeply soothing to the senses. In 2025, architects have learned the beauty of leaving space untouched. The pause between walls, the emptiness of a hallway, or the openness of a living area becomes an emotional anchor. Luxury now lies in the ability to breathe, both for the architecture and for those who inhabit it. From reflective pools to serene indoor fountains, water introduces movement and calm into modern architecture. It softens rigid lines, amplifies natural light, and creates tranquil soundscapes. Water features have become symbols of serenity, embodying life, balance, and the meditative essence of luxury design. Modern luxury homes in 2025 are designed as part of their surroundings. The architecture doesn't dominate, it blends. Rooftop gardens, stone facades, and organic contours allow buildings to merge seamlessly into the landscape, creating harmony between structure, sky, and earth. Inside these modern havens, intimate retreats like reading nooks, courtyards, and spa-inspired bathrooms offer spaces of solitude. These private sanctuaries reflect the core principle of modern serenity, that peace comes from balance, between openness and enclosure, between luxury and stillness. Architecture speaks through geometry. The interplay of sharp edges and soft curves creates emotional responses. A straight corridor conveys strength. A curved wall invites flow. In 2025, architects use geometry not only to shape space but to shape how people feel within it. The boundary between interior and exterior is fading. Retractable walls, floating decks, and seamless material transitions allow living spaces to extend into the natural world. It's an architecture of harmony, where morning light and evening air become part of the home's daily rhythm. Sustainability is now synonymous with luxury. Solar energy, recycled materials, and smart climate systems define responsible comfort. The serenity of these homes extends beyond aesthetics. It's the quiet satisfaction of living harmoniously with the planet, where beauty and conscience coexist. Every joint, seam, and texture tells a story of craftsmanship. The luxury of 2025 lies not in excess, but in excellence. Handcrafted finishes, custom furniture, and artisanal materials infuse homes with character and timeless beauty, making serenity tangible in every surface. Architects now use dynamic lighting to shape mood. Skylights and motion-responsive fixtures shift throughout the day, mimicking natural cycles. This interplay between artificial and natural light adds depth, warmth, and rhythm, ensuring every hour feels both alive and tranquil. Transparency, both literal and philosophical, defines modern design. Glass open plans and clear sightlines symbolize openness and authenticity. Homes built with transparency foster honesty and clarity, allowing spaces to feel expansive, breathable, and emotionally free. Sound design is the silent luxury of 2025 architecture. Soft materials absorb echoes, while water and natural airflow introduce organic ambience. Architects are designing homes that sound as peaceful as they look, turning silence into a form of art. Every modern home tells the story of its inhabitant. Through bespoke design, materials, and form, architecture becomes a portrait of personality. The best homes in 2025 reflect their owners' lifestyles, spaces that soothe, inspire, and evolve alongside the people who live within them. Texture is the emotional language of design. From the roughness of raw wood to the softness of woven fabrics, textures awaken the senses. Modern luxury relies on tactile balance, a blend of smooth and coarse surfaces that bring depth and warmth to minimalist interiors. Art remains integral to luxury homes, not for display but for dialogue. Sculptures, installations, and wall art interact with architecture, creating emotional focal points. In serene modern spaces, art doesn't dominate. It converses quietly with light, form, and texture. While design trends come and go, timelessness is the ultimate luxury. Architects now design for longevity, spaces that remain relevant and beautiful for decades. Through quality materials, balanced proportions, and emotional resonance, modern architecture achieves immortality in its calm simplicity. Design directly affects mental well-being. Natural lighting, open views, and uncluttered environments promote relaxation and focus. In 2025, architects collaborate with psychologists to create homes that heal, proving that serenity isn't just visual, but deeply psychological. Modern luxury in 2025 has transcended opulence. It has found meaning in stillness. Bold architecture now creates spaces of breathtaking serenity, where innovation and peace coexist. These homes aren't just shelters, they are sanctuaries for the soul, designed to remind us that true luxury begins with tranquility.